Hi there, good evening, good morning, good night, depending on which part of the world you're listening in from. This is Myrna Loy of Blackbright News, and I've kind of changed my channel a bit. There will be news, but you'll get the logo when some pertinent news comes on. But I really think it's important as part of the black race to try to understand what is going wrong, and I'm doing it under the umbrella of relationships, because relationships are the start of everything else, from Adam and Eve till us now. Everything is built on the male and the female. So when I talk about relationships, I'm not going away from my original agenda. I want to communicate my concerns about what is happening in the world today with regard to relationships. Now, when we think about relationships, what do we think they're meant to be for, or what do we think they're meant to be about? Because people seem to get in relationships for willy-nilly reasons. They might just look at somebody and fancy them and think, oh yeah, I fancy a relationship with that person. Sometimes it's because somebody needs some help for something and they think, okay, I'll get with somebody to help me over this hurdle. Let me just turn that thing off. Hold on one sec, because I hate it when it does that. Yeah, so sometimes it's because of that why people get into relationships. Some people get into relationship because they start getting sick or ill and they want somebody to look after them. But regardless of the reason why people get into relationships, we have to understand the purpose of relationships. The purpose of relationships is to help each other. If you can't help each other, why are you with each other? It's not about one person doing everything and the other person doing nothing, or one person doing the maximum and the other person doing the minimum. Relationships are not about that. And regardless of whether it's a work relationship, a romantic relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, two people are supposed to be working together as a team to help each other. It's so frustrating when you see relationships today because of the hidden agenda of people, why they want to get into relationships. Some people get into relationships because of spite. Some people get into relationships because just for spite, because they want to teach somebody else a lesson. Some people get into relationships because they're on the rebound and they don't want to be lonely. Forget about the emotions involved of the other person. The other person, you've got feelings on both sides. Sometimes one person has feelings or invests feelings and the other person doesn't. Sometimes a person is protecting themselves. The other person doesn't know they're protecting themselves. They feel rejected and they don't know what's going on. Sometimes people have relationships to satisfy their ego. And then they end up playing games to see how much this person likes them from how much they don't. Sometimes people test people to see how strong they are, what they can go through, or what they can get away with. That's not what relationships are supposed to be about. Women are meant to help the man get to the next level, especially a man with a plan. There is nothing more attractive than a man with a plan. And that is the purpose of a partnership or a relationship. A woman meets a man with a plan, and because she's quite intuitive and sensible usually, providing she's, of a certain level, and she's spiritually inclined, she should be able to see that man's plan, not dictate to him about it, but help him bring his plan into fruition, into manifestation. Likewise, if the woman has a plan, the man is supposed to be in a position to say, oh, supposing you did it this way, do you think this might be better? Just giving my thoughts. How have you tried doing it this way? So the two people are benefiting. The two people have dreams. The two people, when they get together, can fulfill their dreams together. If one person is falling on hard times, it shouldn't be that one person's responsibility and that one person having stress when she has a husband or a partner who is doing okay. This is the time when you test the loyalty and the love and the teamwork of the relationship, because when that person is going through hard times, the other person should be saying, don't worry about it. I've got your back. You don't have to worry about a thing. I've got you. That doesn't happen a lot of the times. So we have to think about, when we get into relationships, what are we getting into them for? Is it selfish reasons? Is it because you don't want to grow old on your own? A lot of people, you find a lot of these people, elderly people, maybe the guys who are past 50, 60, 70 going up, this is the time they're now looking for a relationship. But what is their intention? What is their plan? Can they still get it up? What have they got to offer? You know what I mean? So they come into a relationship hoping that a woman is so desperate that she's going to be happy for one of these elderly people. I come into the elderly group, but I don't want no buck down. I want somebody who thinks about their body, feeds their mind, is spiritual, just like me. So don't think you're going to come around with your big beer belly to come and sit down and expect somebody to serve you. It's not happening. The days of serving one person serving the other are over. Two people should be serving each other in whatever way they can. I've said it in another video, where one lacks, the other one can complement. And that's how relationships should be. So that's all I've got to say about relationships today. I wonder if that's made any difference at all to the way you think. I do hope so, because relationships are so important. And when we're building families and we're building a future and we want to build a better future, we start off with relationships and partnerships. And that is what, you know, the attitude you have to relationships and partnerships is what makes this world a better world. You can't be selfish in your ambitions. Well, sometimes you can. They say you can be selfish. Maybe I need to reword that. But you can't just do things just for yourself at the expense of somebody else. That's what I mean. It is important that in order to build a better nation, we start off with partners who are setting a good example for the next generation. That's all I wanted to say for now. Bye.